Have you ever imagined instantly transporting yourself to any location in the world? Imagine, one moment you're here, and in the blink of an eye, you're somewhere else entirely. This fascinating concept, known as teleportation, has long captivated us as a popular trope in science fiction. It's tantalizing, isn't it? The notion of defying the laws of time and space to be anywhere, anytime. The implications are mind-bending, to say the least. Now, imagine if that could be a reality. Teleportation, as we understand it, involves the deconstruction and reconstruction of matter. Let's take a moment to break down that concept. Imagine if you could take apart every single atom in your body, transport them across space, and then put them back together again in a new location. Sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel, right? Well, that's essentially the idea behind teleportation. But how could such a process occur? To answer that, we need to dive a little into the world of theoretical physics. One theory that comes into play here is quantum entanglement. This is a phenomenon where two particles become linked, and the state of one instantaneously affects the state of the other, no matter the distance between them. In the context of teleportation, this could mean that information about the state of every atom in your body could be instantly transmitted to another location. Another theory in the teleportation discussion is that of wormholes. These hypothetical structures, predicted by the theory of general relativity, are bridges through space-time that could potentially allow for instantaneous travel between 2 points in the universe. But it's not just about moving matter from point A to point B. Teleportation would also involve the precise reassembly of that matter. This means that every single atom in your body would need to be put back together in exactly the right way. Otherwise, well, let's just say the results could be less than desirable. It's also worth noting that both quantum entanglement and the existence of wormholes are still subjects of intense debate and research within the scientific community. So while these theories provide potential explanations for how teleportation might work, they are by no means definitive. So in essence, teleportation as we understand it involves the breaking down of matter, the instantaneous transmission of that matter across space, and the reassembly of that matter in a new location. Sounds like a complex process, doesn't it? But what if it was achievable? The ability to teleport would revolutionize our lives in ways we can't even begin to fathom. Imagine the luxury of waking up in New York, having lunch in Paris, and watching the sunset in Bali, all without leaving the comfort of your current location. This would be our reality if teleportation were possible. No more traffic jams, no more long-haul flights, and no more time wasted on commutes. The world would be at your fingertips, and the concept of distance would become obsolete. But teleportation wouldn't just change the way we travel, it would have far-reaching implications for our economy. For starters, the transportation industry would be turned on its head. Airlines, shipping companies, and taxi services would become obsolete. But on the flip side, teleportation could spur new economic opportunities. Think about the potential for instantaneous delivery services, or the tourism boom that would come with effortless travel. The environmental impact could be profound as well. With the elimination of traditional modes of transport, we could significantly reduce our carbon footprint. Imagine a world where there is no pollution from cars, planes, or ships. Our skies would be clearer, our oceans cleaner, and our cities quieter. Teleportation could also reshape our social interactions. The ease of teleportation could lead to a more interconnected world. Families spread across continents could dine together every evening. Long-distance relationships would no longer be long-distance. The barriers of geography would be torn down, and we would truly become a global community. But while the potential benefits are tantalizing, we must also consider the potential challenges. What would happen to jobs in the transportation industry? How would we regulate teleportation to prevent misuse? And what about the potential health implications? These are questions we would need to grapple with. And then there's the question of identity. If we can be anywhere at any time, where is home? How do we define our communities when geographical boundaries no longer matter? These are profound questions that challenge our traditional notions of self and society. In addition, the potential for misuse cannot be overstated. With the ability to appear anywhere at any time, privacy would become a major concern. Law enforcement agencies would have to grapple with new forms of crime and devise new strategies to ensure public safety. In conclusion, the implications of teleportation are vast and varied. It promises to revolutionize travel, transform the economy, and reshape our social interactions. But it also presents significant challenges that we would need to navigate. As with any technological advancement, the key lies in balancing the potential benefits with the potential risks. Teleportation could potentially change the world as we know it. However, teleportation isn't without its challenges. As with any mind-boggling concept, there are obstacles that stand in our way. Let's delve into the potential hurdles and challenges that could make teleportation a tricky proposition. First, there's the fundamental issue of physics. Our current understanding of the universe, as defined by Einstein's theory of relativity, doesn't exactly allow for teleportation. The concept of instantly moving from one place to another, without traversing the space in between, would require manipulating the fabric of spacetime itself, something we're far from achieving. Then, there are the technical challenges. Consider the complexity of a human body, with its trillions of cells, each with its unique structure and function. To teleport a person, we'd need to scan, disassemble, transmit, and reassemble every single atom perfectly. The slightest error could have catastrophic consequences. Imagine having your atoms scrambled or appearing at your destination with your heart where your brain should be. Next, we come to the ethical concerns. Teleportation raises a multitude of philosophical questions. For instance, if you're disassembled and reassembled, are you still the same person, or are you a perfect copy? What happens to your consciousness during the process? Is it transferred, replicated, or does it cease to exist? These queries delve deep into the nature of identity and consciousness, issues that we are far from understanding. Moreover, there's the potential for misuse. Like any powerful tool, teleportation could be exploited for nefarious purposes. Imagine criminals using it to rob banks, or terrorists employing it for attacks. This technology would necessitate a radical rethink of our security systems and legal frameworks. Finally, there's the societal impact. Teleportation could disrupt economies, especially those reliant on transportation and travel. It could also impact social structures and relationships, as geographical boundaries lose their significance. These challenges make teleportation a daunting prospect, but not necessarily an impossible one. Despite the hurdles, the human spirit of exploration and innovation continues to push the boundaries of what's possible. Who knows, in the realm of the future, teleportation might just be another commute to work. While teleportation remains a dream today, who knows what the future holds? As we look ahead, teleportation could transform our lives in ways we can barely imagine. Let's start with the ongoing research. Today, scientists are making steady strides in the realm of quantum teleportation. They've already managed to teleport tiny particles over short distances. Yes, it's not exactly beaming humans across continents, but it's a start. Besides, research in related fields like quantum computing and quantum entanglement is making crucial breakthroughs. We're learning more about the underlying principles that could make teleportation possible. And let's not forget about the leaps we're making in the field of nanotechnology. Who knows? Perhaps in the future we could assemble and disassemble ourselves at a molecular level. Of course, these advancements are just the tip of the iceberg. The future of teleportation could be shaped by innovations we haven't even dreamed of yet. After all, who could have predicted the internet or smartphones 100 years ago? Teleportation could revolutionize everything from travel and commuting to supply chains and disaster relief. Imagine a world where you could teleport to work instead of sitting in traffic. Or a world where emergency supplies could be teleported to disaster zones in an instant. But it's not just about practical applications. Teleportation could also change the way we perceive distance and time. We could truly become a global community, unbound by geographical limitations. Of course, all this is speculative. We're still a long way from teleporting humans or even larger objects, but the rapid pace of scientific progress gives us reason to hope. After all, many of the things we take for granted today were once considered impossible. So the next time you're stuck in traffic, just imagine if you could teleport. The future may be closer than we think, and the possibilities are as boundless as our imagination. To sum up, the concept of teleportation is a fascinating one. We've explored its intriguing implications, reshaping travel, transforming communication, and redefining our understanding of physical boundaries. We've also discussed the formidable challenges, from the intricate science behind it to the ethical and societal dilemmas it presents. And we've looked towards the future, imagining how teleportation could revolutionize our world. While we may not be teleporting anytime soon, it's always exciting to imagine the possibilities. Thanks for tuning in.